April of 1997, my wife, Sue, who was 48 at the time, was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and she passed away on May 1st, 19 days later. Go forward to 2009, I've just turned 60. My back was just killing me. I had made a doctor's appointment, and she put the x-rays up on the screen, and you could see quite clearly where one of my vertebrae had collapsed. They admitted me to the hospital right away. The next morning, doctor walks in and said he was an oncologist. And when you hear that, you're thinking, this is not going to be good news. And he looks at me and says, you've got a cancer called multiple myeloma. Have you ever heard of it? And I looked at him and I said, yeah, my first wife died of it 12 years before. The odds of both Sue and myself having multiple myeloma was 14,600,000 to 1. I was in chemo for about 3 months. In my case, I was quite lucky because I responded well to the chemo. In 2015, I came out of remission from the first stem cell transplant. Then in May of 2015, I had a second stem cell transplant. By the time I came out of remission the second time, there had been huge advances in what's called a monoclonal antibody. They actually get your immune system to attack the cancer cells. It's much easier on your body than chemo. That treatment lasted about 2.5 years, and has put the cancer in such deep remission that as we do this interview right now, I am taking no medications whatsoever. I'm the only 73-year-old guy I know who's not taking any medications whatsoever. I am now retired from the private practice of law. I am an adjunct professor at the Sandra Day O'Connor School of Law at Arizona State University. We have 4 grandchildren. Sue never got to see any grandchildren. And when I got sick the first time, I wanted my kids to know it wasn't going to be a second go-round for them, and it hasn't been. So I've been able to see and play with 4 grandchildren. I had remarried since Sue had passed away 12 years before. You know, Patty and I travel a lot. I still go fishing all the time. I ride my bike 4 or 5 times a week. I just lead a very, very active, full life. One of the things I do is I regularly talk to patients who have just been diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Many of them, not surprisingly, feel like they've gotten a death sentence. What I want them to know is it's not a death sentence. Here I am, 12 years out from my first diagnosis, and I've led a very full life. And I think it's very important for you to have someone who goes through this with you, if you can. One of the ways people support you is just their presence, their love. Having been through this has really made me realize that the only thing we really know and the only thing we really have and the only thing that is real is right now, is this moment. And I try and be intentional. I try and be mindful of the moment. I try to have gratitude and appreciation for what I have now, because that's all we have.